What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JT and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. And I know it's up a little bit late, but to be frankly honest with you, after the game yesterday rather, I went to sleep. I had to get some sleep. There was no way I could carry on. I was literally about to press record as I did. My head slammed on this desk and just slept. And that's for a plethora of reasons. First of all, I hadn't had any sleep going into it. Second of all, that game put me to sleep. And I'll explain to you why. It didn't put me to sleep because it was boring. It didn't put me to sleep because there was no energy. It didn't put me to sleep because I didn't care. It put me to sleep because it was just so emotionally draining. You know, we as fans, we get up week in and week out, and we've been watching this year, and every single week we've got up. Some people have travelled across the country. Some people have travelled from Yorkshire to London, from Scandinavia to Yorkshire to watch these games. And the players have just flattered to deceive. One too many times. The players have sacked it in. They've phoned it in. They've looked like they're disinterested, like they don't care. They lose concentration in key moments. And yesterday was a big opportunity for us. It's an opportunity we shouldn't have had. It's an opportunity we don't deserve. But it's an opportunity that we had. And that opportunity is to keep our status as a Premier League club, to reclaim our spot at the top of the mountain, which we were promised. By this point in 2023-2024, we were promised by the board 3 years ago that we would be in European places and we would be about to be sitting in a 60,000 seater stadium. Now let that sink in for you. 60,000 seats at Ellen Road. European competition. Might not be the Champions League, but at least the Europa League on a Thursday night. And what do we get? None of it. No 60,000 seater stadium, no world class players, no European competition, just another relegation battle. For the second year in a row we get it. For the second year in a row we get games where players give up. We got players not caring, not wanting to fight, not willing to battle. Look at Everton yesterday. The 99th minute, they dig their teeth in, they grit it out, they get themselves a point. What do? 80th minute, 70th minute. So long left in the game, and there's players walking around shirking, looking defeated already. It could have been 4 or 5 or 6 at the end there. And like I said, it was a big opportunity that we didn't deserve. And what did we do with that opportunity? We wasted it. We blew it. We threw it away. We threw the opportunity away. It's plain and simple. And now for Leeds to stay in the Premier League at this point, I mean, there's miracles and then there's that. It is something that is looking very, very unlikely. We're relying on 2 teams to lose both their games and then Leeds to win against Tottenham at home. And the tragic thing is, we might beat them and could still be in a position where we don't stay up now because we completely blew it. We didn't even get a point. We didn't even keep it to 2 goals. If we'd have kept it to 2 goals, at least we could have won. And then if Everton had drawn, we would have been tied on goal difference. But now, because we conceded 2, there could be even a possibility where Everton draw and Leeds win, and we still finish below them on goal difference. You know, now we've blown it. We've blown our opportunity. And again, it's not just this week. Bournemouth a few weeks ago. Palace before that. Winnable games. Fulham. Games in reality we really should have won. And it all stems back to the owners and the board of directors and everything at control. And I've been reluctant to go at these people for a long time. I have, you know, because at the end of the day, they're the people that got us to this point. They're the people that got us to the Premier League. They're the ones that believed that we could even dream of having a manager like Bielsa and allowing him to create his project. But unfortunately, they're also the people that shot that man in the back, that created that project, and have now led to all his hard work starting to unravel at the seams. Everything he did to get Leeds back to this point, well, it's pretty irrelevant if we're back down in the Championship, isn't it? The stadium, the European dream, the investment, everything, all gone. Irrelevant. You spunk £40 million out on a guy who's played 1, 2, 3 games this year. Probably doesn't even have 90 minutes scratched up together throughout his entire time at Leeds. What are we going to do with him? Lose that 90 million now. Nonto, good investment. Struggled to get minutes at the end of the season for some reason, and when he hasn't really kicked on the way that he did earlier on in the year. He's fallen off a little bit. Sinistera, brilliant signing. Unfortunately, been too injury prone. If we go down, what happens to him? He probably doesn't stick around. Aronson, he'll be gone. He hasn't done anything. That was £30 million again on a player that hasn't really helped propel us up into the league. Tyler Adams is probably the only signing from the summer that you can really look at that can hold their head high and can be someone that Leeds can say, okay, that was a good signing. At least he helped us out. Who else really can I think about that we've made a good signing with aside from that? And then you look at the fact that we could have got Unai Emery in October. That would have probably changed our season completely. And then Sam Allardyce is coming. He's actually done a good job, but too little, too late. We waited an entire month of humiliation under Javi Gracia before we decided to bring Sam Allardyce in and get him to try and do the unfeasible job. The sad thing is, if we'd have brought him in a month prior, we actually probably would have been safe by now. And I know yesterday wasn't ideal when we had Sam Allardyce then, but if he had given him more time with the things that he's doing, well, he would have actually been able to maybe create some sort of structure and something going that would help Leeds. But instead, we stuck with a guy who didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and his tactics and his decisions at times left us bewildered time and time again. So you can blame him, you can blame the board, like I said, and that's where the issues stem from. But then you also got to look at the players, who yesterday, despite all the shortcomings at every other area of the club, were once again, I will say it, given a golden ticket, golden opportunity, and they pissed it down the side of a toilet wall. They pissed it down the side of a toilet wall. And now it's hard to see what happens with Leeds. It is hard to see. Look, no matter what happens, I'm still going to be here with you guys. I really appreciate the love and support you guys have shown me over the past year or 2 years, you know, however long you've been here. You know, it's been a pleasure going on these journeys and the ups and downs with you. And no matter what, you know, the journey will continue. The journey will never stop. I'll never stop supporting this club. I'll never stop loving Leeds. I've watched 16 years of the shitty Championship and League One. It's all I've known, and boy, it was good to have a year or two where we actually played the top dogs in the country, and that first year under Bielsa was absolutely amazing. And it's an absolute crime that the best football I've ever been able to see in my life, a lot of you have ever been able to see in your life, well, it was done behind closed doors and we couldn't even go to any of the games. That is the biggest tragedy in all. The one part of good football we had, the best football you've ever been able to witness that first year in the Premier League, all behind closed doors, all unable to be watched in person by those fans, by us. And you know, it's hard to surmount or surmise into words how it feels, you know, right now to watch this just flat performance again and all the impending dread that it gives you. But there's nothing we can do about it. We can't control the club, unfortunately. We can't control the players. We can't control the board. We can't control anything. We're just sat there, suckers, really, pawns in a bigger game of a multinational corporation that are just sucking our money, our energy, our time, and just hurting us week in, week out, and not showing any care. It has been an absolute car crash of a season from start to finish. A car crash in a season which we could have still even survived because of how crap some of the teams around us have been. It's just been such a draining season to be a Leeds fan. And you know, some people even no matter what happens will just be relieved for the season to end, which is really sad in and of itself. I've been hearing that from a lot of people, and I know I'm probably not sounding as optimistic and everything. You know, a lot of people come to me, they just see me as the oracle of positivity, because you know I'm an optimistic guy, you know, especially when it comes to Leeds and it comes to football. And I always said it, you know, for all those times. The reason I was being optimistic is, look, man, I don't know, it took me so long to be able to watch Premier League football, so why am I gonna sit here and be pessimistic through the time that we are enjoying Premier League football? In my wildest dreams before Bielsa came in, couldn't even have imagined us being in the Premier League. And why am I going to sit there now that we are and just be, you know, oh, I think we'll get smacked by this team, you know, maybe we can nick a draw here. No, I'm going to enjoy it. While I'm on that ride, I'm going to be rolling through all the emotions. I'm going to be enjoying it. I'm going to back the team. I'm going to be positive, and that's the way I've been. But it's not just blind positivity. You know, when things are going really crap like this, I can only say how I feel. I can't just mask a fake aura of positivity. And at the end of the day, it's frankly very draining, very, very draining watching these boys give up like that and completely phone it in. But that's football for you. That's football, and that's Leeds, and they will continue to hurt us. I can still hope that pigs are flying in the sky and Leeds somehow stay up, but who knows? Who knows if that could happen now. But anyway, guys, I've rambled on for long enough. I know I didn't go into the nooks and crannies of Nanto missing chances, Rodrigo's lack of clinicality up front. He's got a great volley, but aside from that, you know, flattered to see for other portions of the game. Bamford's injury, missed chances again, and I mean, Bamford scores against Leicester, scores that penalty against Newcastle, 4 extra points right now. We're odds on for survival, but he missed those chances and was stuck in the relegation zone. So there you go, mate. Football's about fine margins. Fine margins. And unfortunately, I don't want to lamp abuse on him, and I think the abuse that he's got has been disgusting throughout the year. But those big chances could have completely changed the season. It really could have. Really could have completely changed everything. And that's football. That's the harsh, cruel world of football. But what can you do? What can you do? We certainly can't do anything but hope somehow that we can survive, but it's looking very unlikely. Let me know you guys are feeling anyway. What are your thoughts and feelings at this current moment in time? Like I said, I know it's late, but I just had to have like a sleep and a detox and at least a few moments where I wasn't thinking about football for a bit. But what can you do? What can you do? For now, guys, I will see you very soon. There'll be videos coming out in the week. And, of course, we will be there for the the final game of the season. Just to see what happens. Just to see if pigs are flying in the sky. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. But let me know what you guys think anyway down in the comment section down below. But for now, guys, I will see you very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.